As our population continues to grow, the ocean will be an important source of food. Seafood from responsible wild and farm sources can increase our supply of nutritious food while reducing our impact on land and freshwater resources. Marine aquaculture, or farming in the sea, is a promising opportunity to increase seafood supply while supporting healthy ocean ecosystems and communities. A movement is underway to complement our well-managed wild capture fisheries with responsible marine aquaculture to ensure that we have safe and nutritious seafood for generations to come. In this episode, I'm meeting with farmer Matt Moretti and scientist Holly Froelich at the shop at Island Creek Oysters in my hometown of Portland, Maine. Matt grows mussels, seaweed, and scallops here in Casco Bay. And Holly is an ecologist at the University of California, Santa Barbara. I mean, we're pushing the boundaries of land. You know, our population is increasing. Where are we going to get our food? I got an idea. 71% of the planet, that's the ocean. A farm is it's the product of a community. And so I think it's right that we not force any one particular thing or method on a community, but rather allow them to evolve that, sort of regional, economic, sort of terroir sort
Absolutely.
of ethic.
Yeah,
on their own.
The social dimension of aquaculture, just food in general, it's really important. It's really critical. How people perceive things, it matters. That's part of the conversation of extracting out food from the sea. While the potential may be very, very high, there's other cultural significant things that can guide or determine how that looks.
The White House, the Red Barn, the undulating hills, we get it. We think the land is beautiful for our presence there. And yet, I think all too often we think the ocean beautiful for our absence there. You operate right on the coast in front of some $1 million houses. Do you have to deal with that?
So we're close to the coast. So there's a lot of other users out there. There's recreational boaters, there's commercial fishermen, there's navigational channels. So we found a few spots in our local area that really worked well for us. They had the perfect conditions for growing our mussels and our kelp and our scallops, but they're out of the way of a lot of other people. There weren't a lot of lobsters around. There's no draggers going through that area, and we're not in the way of navigation. So that really helped us be socially sustainable as well as environmentally sustainable. If I could sort of compare back to land farming. So our company right now produces over 200,000 pounds of mussels each year. And our footprint in the ocean is 3.66 acres, which is an incredible amount of biomass for a very tiny
4 football fields, 3 football fields?
Yeah, I don't know, something tiny. And actually, the infrastructure that we have at the surface is much less than that.
If you're growing down.
Because we're growing, down, absolutely. So we're growing 3 dimensions in the ocean. It's very space efficient. So if you did that amount of food on land, I don't know how many acres that would take, but I think it would be a lot more than 3.66.
So do you think we should expand aquaculture? And what is it going to take to do that?
If expansion of aquaculture, say in the United States, is something that we really want to pursue, means that we're all going to have to try to integrate across what's already in existence and think about what do we value? How do we create and streamline those regulations and permitting processes that allow this thing that we want to grow, but at the same time be very cognizant of what's already.
Absolutely, and another thing that I personally value, and I think a lot of people do, is the value of the coastal economy, which aquaculture can be a big part of in the future. In Maine, there are mussel farms, there are oyster farms, there are seaweed farms all over the place, and they are starting to contribute in a large way to the coastal economy and the state economy and the regional economy.
How do you see this sustainability at the farm level?
Sustainability is incredibly important to what we do. I mean, it's our core mission as a company to farm raise the finest seafood using only environmentally sustainable methods, and it's our mission. Fortunately, in Maine and in a lot of aquaculture that we're doing here, all of it is incredibly sustainable. Oyster farming, mussel farming, seaweed farming, all the farming we're doing a lot of it is helping the environment.
The ocean will play a critical role in the production of food to ensure that we can accommodate the growing population without compromising the health of the planet. The U.S. has the scientific knowledge and technology to grow marine aquaculture responsibly. Creating the right balance of food sources today will ensure there are healthy ecosystems and resources for many generations to come. Visit seafoodforthefuture.org for recipes and to learn more about marine aquaculture and the people who are innovating its future.